I kind of agree with John Campea here. Oh my god, as I make this video, my hair is messy as hell. Whatever. I actually think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, just checking my closet mirror. Yeah, my hair is a mess. But I actually agree with John Campea on this video. Hi guys, this is the Dissect, property of the AW Area Order, where we dissect things, go over things from YouTubers, articles once in a while, and stuff like that. And we're gonna go. What we do here is we watch over what they have to say, or read over what they have to say, and we give our thoughts, my thoughts, and your thoughts in the comments below if you want. So yeah, basically we analyze. And we also have fun too. This is serious but fun. But yeah, and this so we're gonna go over John Campea again because you know what, he makes content every day, so there's something for me to look forward to with John Campea more than Grace, because Grace is not a content creator, a daily content creator like Campea is. But actually, there's a couple things. There's others. Obviously, I'm not gonna just focus on John and Grace. I'm gonna focus on other things. But Grace, there's some stuff I watched from her live stream that I'm planning to talk about that maybe roll my eyes. But this is not a Grace Randolph video. This is a John Campea video. It's about Avengers 5. As you know, Avengers 5 is not called Kang Dynasty after the firing of Jonathan Majors. They basically, so they took away the title. It's still going to be Avengers 5, the fifth Avengers movie. This obviously was really planned before the firing, but yeah. Once the firing came out, they kind of made it official. But yeah, we go over John Campea. It's actually, I watched this video and I agree with him. Let's go over it. Okay, let's go over this video.
But it might not be for much longer. In the shadows of the parting of ways with Jonathan Majors no longer playing Kang, this story came to us from the Hollywood Reporter. It says the following. Marvel now, this is post being fired from the MCU. Marvel has two courses it could take now. It could recast the part, although it is not clear how many actors would be affected to a role, would be attracted to a role, which one actor was so publicly fired. The other course is to redevelop its plans and refocus on a brand new villain. While Marvel sources are mum, there is indication that the studio has already been doing just that. In November, Marvel hired Loki creator Michael Waldron to work on a new draft of what was once called Kang Dynasty, but is now being referred to as Avengers 5, according to sources.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get into the minutia here, a couple things I want to point out. Them now referring to Kang Dynasty as Avengers 5 is not a result of them firing Jonathan Majors.
Yeah, that's true. Right? That's true.
It was just from what I have been told, and it seems to be indicated in this as well. The change of verbiage in the halls of Marvel to referring to this movie as Avengers 5 is something that actually started happening a little bit of time ago.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It was being referred to as Kang Dynasty or KD, and some time ago, they stopped that and started referring to it as Avengers 5. That wasn't a result of the Jonathan Majors firing, which is why, again, it says here in the Hollywood Reporter thing, there is indication that the studio has already been doing just that. In November, they hired a new writer. So this kind of piggybacks on the last story that we were talking about in where does Avengers go from here?
Okay, so they're going to discuss where
does the Marvel Cinematic Universe go from here?
In the MCU.
I think, and I don't know this is just me speculating as a fan like everybody else, so take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
I think when they, number one, parted ways with Destin as the director of the movie.
Yep.
So he could go and focus on Shang-Chi 2.
And the writer.
And the fact that they brought in a new writer, you guys remember at that point I said, I think they're moving away from...
So, as you remember, the Ant-Man and the Wasp writer, Quantumania, Jeff Loveless, was going to write Kang Dynasty, but he left, and he kind of said he heard that they were going in a different direction. I think that's the reason he left. So then we got to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, and Loki, season 1 writer, Michael Waldron, to come in and write a new script for Kang Dynasty. Yeah.
Kang. I think because you had Destin who was on there to direct it, and now you're going to him saying, the whole villain around this movie, the whole main focal point of this movie that you agreed to come on and direct for us, not really about them anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Destin's like, all right, cool. I'll go focus on, what was the other one? Wonder Man? Is that the other one?
Wonder Man,
yeah.
I'm going to go focus on Wonder Man and on Shang-Chi too. And they let Destin go and focus on that. and then they brought a new writer to clearly
Loki
rewrite some
2
stuff.
hasn't been officially announced, but
And at that time,
but
I speculated that
pretty
I
much
think this
can
means they're
happen.
moving away from Kang. Now, in the post-firing of Jonathan
Yeah,
Majors,
so the questions now
I
come up.
really feel
Do
they're
you-
moving away from Kang. To go back to an argument I
Uh,
made in
they
the last topic,
replace
again, if you look
Kang
at
or
Loki
the
season
different actor
2,
or go with
I
a new villain.
really do think they set it up that that's the end of the Kang story.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
that
actually
exactly very
actually
well.
some people
The next
believe
movie
that.
could
Some people
come
believe
out.
Loki season 2 was the end of Kang's story.
Kang could show up in Deadpool 3 for all
Yeah.
I know. But my guess is that they are going to be using the end of Loki season 2 as the end of the Kang story.
We know the TVA.
I don't know if we're ever going to hear from Kang again.
Okay.
I don't know that we're ever going to hear from him again.
Yeah, agreed.
And I'm perfectly okay with that, again, because they've dropped the ball on this character ever since they started. So with the leaving of the director, with the firing of Jonathan Majors, with the bringing in of a new writer, and the very fact that even in the halls of Marvel, they're not referring to this thing as Kang Dynasty anymore.
Yeah,
they're simply referring to it as Avengers 5. I am of the belief, not knowledge, belief. So if it turns out Kang is still in it later on, just Campea, you lied to us. No, I'm not saying I have any insider information. This is just my belief. I am firmly of the belief here that they're moving on from Kang, period.
Yeah.
And the fact that Jonathan Majors is no longer there, I have a feeling that maybe even if he was found innocent, they would just say, we're parting ways with Jonathan Majors because we don't have the role for him anymore. We're not going to use the character anymore.
It's possible.
Despite how good Jonathan Majors played it, they've just dropped the ball with the character and how they wrote it.
That's possible.
So I think all signs here point to North. I think this is all
I also think I said this on my main channel, on a stream on my main channel. It's nothing not on this channel. I think there was more going on with Jonathan Majors than just the stuff from 2022 with the text and his girlfriend, and the incident that they went to court with. That they went to court when he got when he got to his verdict, when he was charged with. I think there was more to this. Because I heard not me. I heard, but others heard that he wasn't very well liked on the Ant-Man set.
Every single road right now to me that we see in front of us leads to me believing Kang is no longer part of the equation here, and that Avengers 5 indeed will not be called Kang Dynasty.
No.
Anyway, Chris,
don't.
You saw this report.
I'm not 100% sure about that.
In light of the context of the director change, the writer change,
some
Majors not being there anymore, these reports coming from inside.
So if you have any,
guys, we want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Give yourself the gift of insane savings this holiday season with Mint Mobile's best wireless deal of the year. Right now, when you switch to Mint Mobile and buy any 3-month plan, you'll get another 3 months for the previous any 3-month at
Jonathan Majors exclusive.
Okay. Oh damn! You gotta get Chris Carr. Sorry about that.
Mobile plan and get 3 more months.
Hey, Loki are. I mean, I touched on this while we were talking about Jonathan Majors exclusively, but the way Loki season 2 ends gives you the perfect opportunity to walk away from the storyline. Hey, Loki intervened. No more Kang. Got it taken care of. Dunzo. Figure something else out. Because right now, I'm having a harder time with the through line of what you do with, I know, chat, you're going to make fun of me for saying do-do. Oh, gosh.
You do.
You're going to have a harder time, I feel, connecting these dots of, okay, well, where do we go now in the story?
Do-do.
Which variant is now here? What are we going to do with Kang? How does Loki's new position affect this? How do these Avengers deal with this person who hasn't, I mean, no one's really met Kang except for Scott.
And Loki.
And Scott, he really doesn't get a lot of respect from anyone, too, within this group. Most of the people who he did know are no longer on the lunchbox.
I wonder now, that scene at the end when Scott was warned by the Conqueror, Kang version of Conqueror, the variant Conqueror, and about dangers that lie ahead. I wonder and then Scott just at the end he just brushed it off. I wonder if that means something more now that Kang might actually be done in the MCU.
Oh, so is he going to have to assemble people and talk about the actual threat of Kang? I'm not sure what you do. I think they have a really great opportunity to move forward on something.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure how they're going to do so.
It's Avengers 5. Are we going to talk about the dead celestial in the ocean?
Yeah.
Are we going to talk
Oh
about
yeah,
we need to
Celestial
talk
in the
about the dead
Ocean. Good
celestial.
point. Good
Yeah.
We
point.
always need to talk
Yeah.
about
By
funny
the
point.
way,
Avengers
one of
5.
our
Are there mutants?
Yeah.
Are there
one of
mutants?
our viewers in the live chat, Buffalo Black, wrote in a statement that I'm sure a lot of people are thinking right now. Says you can't just write out one of the most powerful villains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
can.
can.
Sure, you can, and I'm sorry, but in
You can find
terms
a
of
way.
the MCU, you can't make an argument to me that Kang is one of the most
It might
powerful
not it might
villains.
be a mess.
In
but you
theory,
could
but
do
they
it.
never produced it.
Yeah, in
so-
theory, but all I've seen is a very mid-powerful villain.
Oh, you use
Oh,
that
Mid Dynasty.
Oh.
Mid-dynasty
Mid dynasty.
is a very mid-tier
Mid dynasty
level villain, if that at most, that couldn't win a
Against Ant-Man.
storyline against Ant-Man. I mean, that's what we've got. Now you can say, but John, in the comics, they have that. This isn't the comics.
Yeah.
This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And in the
Yeah,
Marvel
you
Cinematic
people have to
Universe
remember,
right
you
now,
got to separate
they
a
have
little
not
bit of
done
truth. It's
anything
not the
to set
comic.
this guy up as a real threat. They set him as a bad guy, set him up as a couple of people worry about, but we
Yeah.
haven't tangibly seen anything or been made to feel as an audience the way they made us feel when they first brought
I'm sorry, but that's not a good picture of Kang. That's not good.
Thanos on screen.
Oh,
Even people who didn't read the comics, they just knew, oh my God, this guy I'm scared of. Never created that with Kang.
agreed.
And so instead of doubling down on
Thanos
their
for most
failure,
of those movies was just sitting in the background, but he was like a threat. Like, oh my god, the intriguing thing for here. We're intrigued with this guy.
maybe it's time to cut bait and move on. Maybe yes, maybe no. But I think I have a feeling right now that indeed Avengers 5 ain't going to be Kang Dynasty anymore.
I
Well,
agree.
yeah.
If
and I
anything,
mean-
it might actually become, they might actually do Secret Wars Part 1.
Yeah, I
Or
agree there.
could. I mean, the thing is that all we have is a title. That's it. Kang was the big bad of an Ant-Man movie. He was the big bad of a Loki series, season 1 and
Agreed.
2. And the only reason we had expectation he was going beyond that is because we had Kang Dynasty as a title.
Yep.
But all we had was a title, and that can be erased and forgotten.
Maybe they formed a new team in Avengers 5 because we don't even have a team yet.
No,
Yeah.
we don't even know. As Rob often points out, we don't
Right.
even
Yeah,
know
that's
who's in
gonna
the
come.
Avengers right now.
Maybe that 5 will actually introduce the beginning of the Secret Wars, and they introduce the.
Well,
team.
that's what I'm saying, right? Maybe it becomes
Right.
Secret Wars Part 1 and Part 2, or I'm sure the plan was for Kang Dynasty to somehow lead into
Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I
But
would
now
go
you
with
can
that.
easily do it because look, the bottom line is nobody's gotten attached to this character.
Yeah.
Like even
yeah.
in you mentioned Jonathan that he's like the villain in Loki season 1 and season 2, but
Mhm.
was he? We don't even know of his existence really until like the end of season 1, and in season 2, the real antagonist was the loom that they were trying to fix, with a few mentions of Kang, and obviously they had Timely there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, pretty
finally-
much his thing was like, oh, I'll win because you're never going to sacrifice yourself for all
Mhm.
time to sit on the throne like I do. So I'll just
Right.
win by de facto, and then Loki decided to do
Yeah.
that. So, I mean,
Yeah.
there you go.
yeah, so end of the day, I don't think the next Avengers is going to have Kang in it. I think they're done with the Kang character. I think they're going to completely move on. And if there was any doubt about that, I think the Jonathan Majors conviction probably just drove that home.
Yeah.
Because I think now, even if
Yeah.
you wanted to bring in
Okay.
Kang for a brief appearance here and there with a new actor, it's just going to remind everybody about the drama and everything that they all had to go through. So
Yeah. Good point.
I don't know. We'll find out. I might be right. I might be wrong. Let's see which way they're going to go with it. What do you
Okay. Yeah, good points by John Campea and the crew. Reasonable takes here. There's nothing really to criticize here for Campea. He does have some good points about this. There's some good points about Kang overall in so far regarding the MCU, whether it's the one who remains, Timely, the Conqueror. Yeah, there's nothing really negative here. They might change the title to Secret Wars 1 and 2, Part 1 and 2. And it might go another title. I don't know who the villain is. I don't want Doctor Doom to be the Avengers villain for 1 and 2, man. I want Doctor Doom to be more of a player in the MCU than just an Avengers villain. Okay, I want to be like a major player. We've seen a bunch of other potential movies or TV shows, Disney Plus shows, but I'm not. But that's nothing to do with. Yeah, so I agree with Campy. I agree with the crew. I agree. I think this was planned. This was obviously planned before the not the conviction, but the verdict and the result of the trial this past Monday. But yeah, I agree with Campea here. And a reasonable take from John Campea here. Yeah, as you know, as the end of the questions for Campea, each segment he asks the audience, what do you guys think? I'm gonna do the exact same thing. You know what I think? So I'm gonna ask you, the people in the comments below, what do you guys think? And remember to like, share, subscribe, and thank you guys. And yeah, I'm gonna be making some Grace videos. Be on the lookout for that. Take care, guys.